Tithing, tithe. Should you offer it? Should you give it? Let's find. Malachi chapter 3 verse 8. Will a man rob God? This is a famous verse which is used to render many as robbers. Let's now get the context of this verse. Malachi was quoting it in a Levitical law. Is he talking to all? Of course not. He's not talking to all. Just like this verse which is normally quoted when we say that do not come to the house of the Lord empty-handed, we are not talking to everyone. The scripture was never talking to everyone. But males, they have to be above the age of 20. This is called the temple tax. This is why Christ gave the temple tax for himself and for Shimon, because they were the only ones above the age of 20. An argument for another time. Tithes in the Levitical law, these were gifts to the Lord that the law required. There were three, two that were annual and one that came every 3 years. The tithe supported the priests and Levites and also widows, orphans and foreigners. That's the duty of tithe in the law. Outside of the law, we see Abraham giving tithe to Melchizedek, a priest of the Most High. Jacob also promises to give tithe if God gives him blessings. However, if there was a priest in the times of Abraham, there should be during the time of Jacob. We see that tithes are connected to priests. There must be a priest. Now, is the pastor a priest? Of course not. There's only one high priest. His name is Yeshua. And all of us, those who believe that Jesus is the Lord, all of us are royal priests. This is Christianity 101. Let us go back to tithing. The fact is that if you are not giving it and you are supposed to give it, then you are a thief. And if you are receiving it and you are not supposed to receive it, then you are a thief. However, if you say, I'm supposed to receive it, then it must follow the law of tithing. First, you must be a priest, a certified priest. Number two, once that money reaches your hand, the tithe money, it must follow the law of tithing. Similar to first fruits. Once, whatever they give as first fruits, it must follow the law of the first fruits. One more fact. Jesus did not receive tithe in his earthly ministry. His earthly ministry, he did not receive them because he was not a Levite. Similar with Rabbi Paul, he did not receive them, he was not a Levite. Let's see, am I sinning if I do not tithe against God? No, you are not sinning against God. Perhaps we can say against the man who's teaching you tithing. Let's say if you're in a ministry and that man is teaching you tithing and you do not tithe, then that becomes a transgression against him, not against God. So not tithing cannot be used against you as a sin against God. Jesus did not die so people can tithe. He did not say that for now that they can fulfill the law of tithing. He did not say that. When they brought the issue of tithing to Jesus, he said to them, it is more important to do justice than to tithe. What I can advise you is that evaluate yourself. Is it an issue with you being in a ministry and they are teaching you tithe and you are not tithing? Does that affect you spiritually? If it does affect you spiritually, then perhaps it's time to look for another ministry. Once again, who is your Lord? Is the man who is preaching to you your Lord, or is Jesus your Lord? Did Jesus Christ take tithe in his ministry? Did Apostle Paul take tithe in his ministry? Those are the names you find in the scriptures. Those are the people that the Bible came out and came to us in their name, and they did not receive it. Your answer is a simple no. You are not sinning against God, brother.